the economic aspects of the issue. So Dr. Boaku, himself an economist, said they were going to write to the IMF to raise issues about this and point out what he calls the reputational risks to the country of having somebody with these charges against him being nominated for governor. Prof. Gatsi, I almost said good morning. Forgive me. I always do morning programs. Good evening, Professor John Gatsi. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, I mean, the minorities are saying they're going to write to the IMF to complain about the appointment of Dr. Asiamah, and they are saying that his appointment raises reputational issues for the bank. Do you agree with them? How do you see this playing out?
Well, I think reputational risk arises when the person suffered or is convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction for which he does not meet fit and proper tests to occupy the position, but the government went ahead to appoint him to that position. So as we speak, no reputational risk has arisen. Our criminal jurisprudence is very clear. Prove beyond reasonable doubt and be convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. If that does not happen, that person is as credible, honest, and free as though he has never been charged by any court. So as we speak, it was the state or the republic that preferred charges against Dr. Asiamah, and the same republic came out to withdraw the charges against him, thinking that they are unfair to him and other reasons, and withdraw the case against him. So Dr. Asiamah is as credible, is honest, he has the dose of integrity within him as any other person who speaks on this matter. And therefore, no reputational risk has arisen for which IMF should be concerned. IMF is not concerned about interpretation of our laws. They know that it's a judiciary that does that, and the Attorney General has followed that process and makes Dr. Asiamah a free person. And therefore, no issue has arisen.
That's well and good, but for a highly sensitive position like the governor, the IMF and other partners, and even the market would have preferred that ab initio this did not arise in terms of one side of the parliament raising issues, because you do know that the position itself is supposed to be independent, and I think Dr. Asiamah himself, when he met the team, said they would be independent. So I'm sure IMF and whichever person is in the stakeholder group would have preferred that this was what's the word I want to use? A nomination without controversy, and nomination, because this sort of politicizes the thing from the beginning, and that's not necessarily very good, is it?
No, I'm not sure IMF is concerned about that. The politicization of the appointment is coming from us, Ghanaians. We know our laws. Our law says that for you to describe somebody as not being credible through a legal process, that person should have been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction, and you should have preferred a charge against the person, which charge is sustainable. Now, those charges are not sustainable against the person, and that person is free, and no other interpretation can be placed on that. And whoever is placing a different interpretation on that is the person creating the political issue around the appointment. And this is not the first time the state has withdrawn a case against anybody. In Richard Jakpa's case, was a chief director not cleared, or the case not withdrawn against him? So this is a normal thing that happens. So we are the one creating the political issue around it, and no international institution is interested in our politics.
Thank you. Professor John Gatsi is an economist. I think he's with the UCC. This is still Eyewitness News. Now, we also have